Aloha, it's Kiana, and here are today's top Hawaii headlines from the editors at the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Also, mahalo to Longs Drugs Hawaii for sponsoring the show. Head on over to your neighborhood Longs Drugs for all your shopping needs. A 77-year-old Reno man has been indicted in the 1972 killing of a 19-year-old in Waikiki. An Oahu grand jury indicted Tudor Chirilla of second-degree murder this morning. 50 years ago, Nancy Elaine Anderson was found stabbed more than 60 times in her Waikiki apartment. She had moved to Hawaii a few months earlier and was working at the McDonald's at Ala Moana Center. At the time, Honolulu police investigators failed to turn up any leads. But using modern DNA analysts, HPD recently linked Chirilla to the cold case. He was taken into custody in Reno on September 13th, but is fighting extradition to Hawaii. During a court hearing this week, Chirilla said he was unlawfully arrested at a hospital after police allegedly forced him to provide saliva for a DNA sample. The number of monkeypox cases identified in Hawaii grew to 34 today, with a new case on Kauai. A Hawaii Department of Health tally now includes 23 cases on Oahu, 3 on the Big Island, 3 for Kauai County, and 2 for Maui County. 3 cases have been identified in residents outside the state. Monkeypox has been reported in all 50 states, the District of Columbia, and Puerto Rico. CDC data shows 24,846 monkeypox and orthopox virus cases reported in the U.S. as of today. Hawaii saw its first case in early June. Considered a rare disease caused by the monkeypox virus, infection begins with flu-like symptoms and swollen lymph nodes. This is followed by a rash or sores, often on the hands, feet, chest, face, or genitals. Hawaii is offering the Jynneos vaccine for monkeypox to eligible residents statewide. More than 3,100 doses have been administered so far. Stocks tumbled worldwide today on signs that the global economy is weakening. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 1.6% to close at its lowest level since late 2020. The S&P 500 fell 1.7% and the Nasdaq slid 1.8%. It was another rough week for the major indexes, which recorded their 5th weekly loss in 6 weeks. Stocks of smaller companies were also hammered, with the Russell 2000 dipping 2.5%. The sell-off came 2 days after the Federal Reserve raised interest rates by another 3/4 of a point to cool the worst inflation America has seen in 4 decades. Central banks in other countries also hiked their rates this week, and more increases are planned for the coming months. There is concern that the aggressive push on short-term rates will trigger a recession in an already sluggish economy. Human remains found near a Kailua Kona highway earlier this month have been identified. Police today said the skeletal remains belongs to Ronald Brown, an 80-year-old Kona man who has been missing for over a year. Brown was last seen on August 29, 2021 on Kuakini Highway. His remains were recovered on an undeveloped lot off the highway on September 2nd. A positive ID was made through dental records. A cause of death has yet to be determined, but police do not suspect foul play. Meanwhile, 2 men suspected of drive-by paintball assaults were arrested in Kailua Kona. 18-year-old Cyan Batha of Kamuela and a 27-year-old Kailua Kona man allegedly shot paintballs at people from their truck on Ali'i Drive early Thursday morning. Batha was charged with 2 counts of third-degree assault, while the other suspect was released pending further investigation. The Honolulu Century ride is back. The 39th installment of the long-distance bike ride will be held in person this Sunday for the first time since 2019. About 1,000 cyclists are expected on the scenic route, which winds along Oahu's east and windward coast. The 100-mile ride starts at 6:21 Sunday morning at Kapi'olani Park. Cyclists will pass by Diamond Head on the way to Sandy Beach and Makapu'u Lookout before riding through Waimanalo, Kailua, and Kaneohe. The course continues along Kamehameha Highway on the windward coast until a turnaround at Swansea Beach Park in Ka'ava. There are turnarounds for shorter rides along the way. This year, a new bike and bus option is available for cyclists who want to ride 50 miles to Swansea Beach Park and then take a bus back to Kapi'olani Park. Ahead of the event, the Hawaii Bicycling League is asking drivers to share the road with Aloha. For more on these stories and all the latest headlines, subscribe to the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Visit Hawaii's top source for breaking news online at staradvertiser.com and download the Star-Advertiser mobile app. Mahalo, have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here next week Monday.